Donald Trump has caused a bit of confusion with a post that he shared or retruthed on Truth Social. Post originally from Ted Cruz. It was an image with, words on it. And the words that have caused a lot of confusion, again, because Donald Trump shared it, the words said this: January 6th will go down in history as the day the government staged a riot to cover up the fact that they certified a fraudulent election. Of course, as I said, originally posted by one-hit wonder Ted Nugent, and yes, by definition, Ted Nugent is in fact a one-hit wonder, and reshared by Donald Trump. Now, the reason this seemed to cause a lot of confusion, and to be honest, a little confusing to me too, is because Nugent is saying, and Trump is saying by sharing it, that the government staged the Capitol riot. Now, the reason that's confusing is because who was in charge of the government that day on January 6, 2021? Because it wasn't President Biden. He wasn't president. His people were not serving at the top of the DOJ or the FBI or the CIA. So how could the government do it? Because the government was being run by Donald Trump and all of Donald Trump's appointees. Those agencies, the FBI, the DOJ, the ones Republicans still occasionally say they set everything up that day. They were run by Trump people. Okay, you can't even try to argue that the deep state was working behind the scenes to frame Trump for the... Trump's people were the deep state at the time. They were running the damn organizations. How in God's name does any of this make sense? The answer, of course, is that it doesn't. I mean, it truly is as simple as that sometimes, folks. It doesn't make sense because it's not designed to make sense. Like most conspiracy theories, just the slightest little bit of poking makes it immediately and totally fall apart. And that's why it takes really just the dumbest of the dumb to believe conspiracy theories, because most of us will be like, wait a minute, something's not right here. If the government staged the Capitol riot, wouldn't Trump then be just as liable for it as he already is? Like, you're just switching from one thing to another. Like, Trump couldn't have done it because the government did it. Trump was the government. Ah, crap, we still have to indict him. Like, you're not doing anything to not get this man indicted. You're just switching what crimes he would be indicted for if the government was responsible for the coup that day. Which, I guess technically, if Donald Trump is held accountable, then I guess that would mean that the government is responsible for what happened that day. I gotta tell you, it's a conundrum, folks. None of it makes any sense because we're not dealing with rational people. Ted Nugent, obviously not a rational person. Donald Trump, definitely irrational these days, especially because he's so terrified of being indicted again for what happened in the lead up to January 6th, which is why he's now sharing these memes. Trump knows what's coming down the pipeline, and I think, honestly, he has a better idea of it than the rest of us. He knows what he did that day. He knows what he did in the days and weeks and even a couple months leading up to that day. We don't even know everything. But he does, and he's freaking out that justice is coming for him. That kind of tells you a lot about what he thinks he might be facing. And that, of course, is why he's sharing stupid things like this, because while the rest of us can easily tear apart this conspiracy, his base won't bother to poke at it, because if Trump says it, it must be the truth. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.